This week's video is sponsored by absolutely nobody. Good morning, guys. TheLostLatvian here. This is going to be a little bit unusual video what I normally do, but this is long overdue. So it's a Saturday morning, mid-morning, and I'm sipping on a coffee. And as you can see, big can, huh? 500 grams of goodness in this one big can. Nescafe blend 43 from no other place than Australia. So a while ago I made a trade with one of the cap collectors from Australia by name Paul. So I got him some caps, he got me some coffee. So this is instant coffee. You may call me crazy, but this is one of my favorite coffees in the world. Little background about this one is, when I was a kid, my older sister, she married a guy whose grandma lived in Australia, in Perth. She also have lived in Melbourne area and Sydney, but the last years, I would say 25 or some years, she lived in Perth, Australia, in Subiaco to be precise. So she used to send this type of coffee to all of us, you know. The packages would come in, you know, and there would always be like 3 or 4 cans, and we would just like, my brother-in-law would give it out to some people, you know, like in his family. So I can say that I kind of grew up on this one when I was a kid. So Aunt Emily, she used to send this one. So through my connections and my friendships I have developed, I was able to get this coffee again. You know, first it was Lee who sent me a smaller jar, and I was instantly hooked up to it again. And so I've been enjoying this coffee now for quite a few months, actually. So, but this video is not about this coffee. This is just a part of my breakfast. Why we are here today is actually something else. It is this little jar, Vegemite, you know. And if you guys have watched videos on YouTube, you know, people, non-Australian people, absolutely hate this stuff, and there are only few people who enjoy it. So Paul sent it to me to try it out. So this jar is almost empty, you know. So, but I went a step further, and as I was watching these videos, they were often comparing Vegemite to this guy, Marmite, which is actually British equivalent of Vegemite. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna do a little test, side-by-side test, and at the end of the video I'll tell you which one I like better, Marmite or Vegemite. So I have prepared coffee like I just showed you. It's a black instant coffee, like excellent taste, bold and smooth, you know, not like the stuff we can get in the United States, which is a bitter dog shit. This coffee is something totally, absolutely different. It tastes so much better. I prefer this one over Starbucks any day, you know. So yeah, Paul was actually laughing. He's like, man, you know, there are better coffees out there than this one. No, not to me, you know. So anyways, so I have prepared a small toast, you know. I I put it in a toaster, whole grain wheat toast. I put on some butter. That's the must. And here's the thing, you know, usually in these videos, people, what they try to do is like they put a tons of Vegemite on their breakfast sandwich, you know, and yeah, I can definitely see how that would not work. But I got a great teachers, you know, with Paul and Lee. They taught me how and how much to apply in my sandwich. So I'm going to do it a proper way, not a stupid way, you know. Often you see like these people, you know, going for likes and clicks or whatnot, and they would do the stupid shit like eat a whole spoon of cinnamon, you know, and all kinds of other shit. I'm not that kind of an idiot, you know, not going to do it. I'm going to do the proper way. And so, as I don't have much space here, let's start with this Marmite. So it actually is an yeast extract, you know, with a whole bunch of B vitamins, a vegan spread rich in B vitamins. And so this is a British version of it, you know. And it says serving size 1 tablespoon, 8 grams. I can tell you right away that 1 tablespoon would be way too much, you know, at least for me. It has 20 calories, fat 0, sodium 340 milligrams, total carbs 2 grams, and then it has all kinds of other shit added to it. So I got this one off the Amazon. I actually got it for free. They freaking mailed it to me, and they lost the package. So I got a refund from Amazon. They gave me the refund, and then like 4 days later, it magically showed up, and they told me not to worry about returning it. So I just listened to what they said. So let's crack this jar open, and the first thing I can tell you, it's kind of hard to open it up because this stuff is kind of liquidy. You know, you'll see it when I show you the Vegemite and what that looks like. But I don't know what you can see in it. It's like a brown color thing in there. But it's like, it's more like, you see, it's like, it's sticky, you know. Vegemite is not like that. But so I would get about this much on my knife, about yay much. And like I said, it's sticky, and let's do a smell test, a smell thing. It's hard to tell what it smells like. It smells a little bit like yeast, you know, like a bread yeast, you know. It's a weird taste, not the taste, but smell. Can't tell you. I really can't describe it. It's almost like a beef bouillon, so to speak, and like yeast. It's savory smell, you know, to it. But let's put this one on a sandwich, and let me, man, my arms, my hands are shaking. So let's just put it on. And so that's what it looks like when you put it on. You don't need more, you know. I've seen where people just spread all over the place, you know, and and then eat it. It has a very strong taste to it. So that's that is the Marmite. Let's now open up the Vegemite jar. But yeah, this is really sticky. Let's one more time kind of show you. You see? Yeah, it's sticky stuff. And so this gets around the edges on the jar, you know, and then it gets stuck there, and it's hard to open the lid. That's not the case with Vegemite. So let me just add, I got a little bit of this stuff still on the sandwich. So let's dig into Vegemite. Look how easy it is to open this one. This is darker color than Marmite is. It has all the vitamins and ingredients here, and it's pretty much the same as Marmite. A bunch of vitamins B, smell check. So this definitely has a different smell, and I actually like it better. But it's like, this is something I've never smelled before. You know, it's almost like I don't know how to say, like a grease, man. You know, like when you have a grease, you know, and it sits in cold, you know, and then it gets hard, kind of like. So look what it looks like. This is not runny at all. I don't know, where could you see, and how can you see it? But this is like paste, you know, like a thick paste. I don't know, you guys can pick it up or not. So totally different. Much easier to apply to your sandwich. And this might actually be too much for that little piece of bread. So let's just go about yay much. And grab the sandwich. And then let's just spread. Look how well it spreads. It's much easier to control it. So now let's do the test. So here it is. Vegemite, Marmite. So let's start with the Marmite. Let's take a bite. It's a little salty. But it has a nice flavor. The more you chew, I can kind of feel like a little bit of the bitterness coming through. But it nicely mixes with the butter. So I like it. I like the taste. It definitely is not nasty, you know, like how those people, when they show the reviews and they're like, whoa, this is so nasty, you know. I enjoy it. So it does have like that beefy bitterness. I can't really tell, like almost like yeah, you know, those little square cubes, or when you make like a beef stock or something like that. That's what it kind of tastes like. And the one thing I can tell you, the less is more, not the other way around. Like this part, I got a little more on what I'm chewing right now. It's strong, you know, but it's by no means, it's not disgusting or whatnot, you know. To me, it's a perfect addition to your sandwich, you know, like it gives you the flavor. So your butter don't need any kind of added salt or no nothing like that. So let's just sip on a coffee. It's very good. So that was Marmite. Now let's try out Vegemite and see how this one tastes. Right away I can tell the difference between two of them. Vegemite has, I don't know the flavor, you know, I've never had anything like that. I'm not gonna lie, you know, I've been consuming this one now for a month. But I still can't tell you what I would associate it with, you know, what taste is that. It also tastes a little bit like beef bouillon kind of thing. But just the smell and everything, it's something unique, you know, very unique. You know what it tastes like? When you have a skillet and when you brown like a meat or whatnot, you're just cooking on a skillet the meat and you turn it over, you know, and once you're done, you have whatever is left over in the pan, you know, and sometimes there's like a grease, you know, and the little, you know, pieces of meat, and at least I like to do that, you know, I kind of like scrape it all off the pan and just pop it in my mouth, you know, that's what it tastes like. To me, it's very tasty. You can definitely, if I would be blindfolded, you know, and I would have a sandwich like this, I would be able to tell this is a Vegemite. Again, less is more. And I enjoyed quite a bit. To be fair, you know, ever since I got this one, there haven't been a day when I skipped my Vegemite sandwich. You know, there's actually that song, I come from the land down under, you know, I can't remember who sing that song, you know, they singing about the Vegemite sandwich. So that's the first thing that pops in my head. So my wife calls me like I'm having this Australian fetish, which I kind of find quite funny. Whatever, I just enjoy stuff like that. I'm a foodie, you know, and take me for whatever it is. I'm the guy who was in Iceland, you know, and tried out rotten shark and actually saw that it was pretty good. So if that's any indication, you know, I'm all about the food and trying out things what I never had before. And Vegemite is one of those things I've never tried before. So let me finish this piece. This freaking coffee is so good. So yeah, it's a perfect combination. Nescafe Blend 43. And then this Vegemite and Marmite. So, what are my thoughts on these two guys? Vegemite and Marmite. One is made in UK, the other one down under in Australia. As far as how big the jars are, they're about the same, if not the same. 125 grams 125 grams Marmite, 150 grams Vegemite. So Vegemite is a little bit more than Marmite. Both of them are yeast extracts, rich in B vitamins. It's a vegan spread. So made in Australia since 1932. Here, I think the Marmite actually was made before that. I don't know which one came first. I would kind of assume that the Marmite came before Vegemite, you know. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, they are not expensive. You know, I don't know what it was in Australian dollars, you know, but the Marmite was here I could get for $6. So, plus whatever shipping, I have the Amazon Prime member, so I got it for free. And like I said, I actually ended up getting this totally for free. This one is more liquidy, more sticky. This one is like a grease, you know, like a machine grease, you know, like a bearing grease. You know, that's what it feels like. This is much darker in color, with a smell I can't even tell what the hell it is. It's so unique. This one smell reminds me something, you know, like I said, like that beef stock, you know, or whatever, you know. And this was more like a scraps from the pan, from the skillet you cooked your beef on, you know. They both are unique. On both, the less you put on your bread, the more flavor you're gonna get it. Kind of like, you know, you're not gonna be disgusted by it. The more you put on, you're gonna ruin your sandwich, you know, and you will never like it. Give them a try, man, you know, seriously, give it a try. I love it. I absolutely freaking love it. Since this is stickier, you know, that thing tends to get around the threads, you know, the cap threads, you know, and sometimes it's difficult to remove the cap. This one, no problem. Which one I like better personally? Are you ready? Drum roll. The winner for me is Vegemite, you know. And why Vegemite? Because I think its flavor is better. It's something what is I like better. My taste buds like it better. It's easier to apply on the bread. It's easy to open the cap. This one, the aftertaste is a little bitter, you know, the little bitterness, you know. It's like a sweet bitter, you know, I can't tell you. They're very close, both of them, you know. If you don't have Vegemite, I would eat this one all day, every day, you know. But if I have an access to both of them, I would prefer the Vegemite. So yeah, guys, so here was my little review about Vegemite, Marmite. Take a look one more time. These 2 jars of absolute goodness. And then this star, Nescafe, Blend 43, made in Australia. Best instant coffee there is in this world. Absolutely recommend if you could get your hands on it. And if you guys say in the United States you have Nescafe too, you haven't had this one. So don't troll me telling them this is bad coffee or whatnot. I mean, we all are different, and I told you my story. You know, this reminds me of childhood and the coffee I used to drink back in Latvia. So I'm very thankful for my friendship with Lee and Paul and getting me these things, you know. So yeah, guys, that was Lost Latvian with a little review of Vegemite versus Marmite. Winner, Vegemite. Guys, thank you for watching, and see you all very soon. There's gonna be a cat video. Take care. Lost Latvian out. Bye.